salute you for giving into God's call. It took 3 years. I just think that's something to praise God about. People think that if you get up front here, it's easy and you don't get nervous and all that. We all get nervous and it's never easy. So I'm going to sing a classic tonight. Shows you how much of a classic it is. Classic means different things to different people. If you ask the teenagers and you say, hey, what's a classic song? They would give you a different answer from someone in their middle ages, which would be even different from some of us older people that would say, well, this is a classic, written in 1918, probably, 1913. She looked it up for me. Anyhow, way back when. So this is truly a classic, okay? There is a phrase in it I want to just real quickly bring to your attention. It says the emblem of suffering and shame. And obviously it's in reference to the old rugged cross. As I was thinking about this, because I kept thinking, what am I going to sing tonight? And, the older I get, and poor Gary, I really gave him a hard time at a meal here last year about being older, and I really didn't mean it towards Gary. Man, I just kept rolling this thing. Gary, all I can say is, brother, I think I'm right there with you, because my mind, as I am going through struggles or stressful times, especially like at work here lately, and it's just changes at work, but my mind has hymns bouncing in there instead of the modern songs. And I love the modern songs, don't get me wrong. They have some great lyrics, but I really feel like God is doing this with the old hymns. And so this phrase, the emblem of suffering and shame, I would like to think that I at least try to grasp the part of Christ's suffering on the cross, especially working in the medical field, the bleeding and being in shock and all the pain and how he died. I think I try to understand that to the best that I can. But I don't think I've really thought much until I was working on this song. And thank you, Doris, for suggesting this. But when I thought about the emblem of suffering and shame, it made me think, okay, when I do something really, 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 really bad, and I know it, and I am so ashamed, and it just wears your soul down. And I think, okay, so take that shame and multiply it times a zillion for every person on the earth, and to stop and think that when Christ was hanging on that cross, think of the emotional weight that had to be weighing on him as he bore all of our shame and our guilt. And so it made me kind of appreciate from a new perspective, working on this song, that I have more to be thankful for than I ever want to look at on a given day, because not only did he have his flesh ripped apart and die a miserable death, but he had all of my guilt and all of your guilt and everybody's on his shoulders as he was dying. I can't imagine how that had to feel. So, I'm just thankful that he did that for us. And I don't have any music to go with me tonight. Some of the hymns, I like to just sing without anything, because it shows the simplicity, I think, of the hymn, and it also, when I'm struggling with something, or if I'm at work, I don't have time to go get a CD player. And so the words just come into my mind, and whatever I've got up there for music is what I've got. And so that's what I'm sharing with you. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross, where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. And I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. Oh, that old rugged I will